Hey there, it's Brandon, and today we're going to talk about this Xipher Slab SP build. This is for Reddit user Menthols. And what we did for this guy is we took this SP in dire need of some refurbishment, and we converted it, flipped it upside down, and converted it into this 3D printed shell, which is basically the same form factor as a Game Boy Pocket. It's not quite 1-to-1. I want to say the slab is, like a half-inch, quarter-inch wider, but it's the basic same form factor. And what this does is it gives us the cartridge slot at the top, like a regular Game Boy Pocket, and that gives us no cartridge clearance issues for the older games. This guy also has Helder's power cleaner, flex amp, his 2-watt speaker, and we've got Mako's 950 milliamp SP battery, and then of course the funny playing V2 IPS with adjustable brightness through that little replica button. And I want to say we get like 5 or 6 stages of brightness, and it's going to reset on restart. Okay, and it'll restart at the middle setting, like so. All right, now for our button demo here, I've got Legend of Zelda 4 Swords and Link to the Past, and we'll be using Link to the Past for the most part. It is a little funny because the SP is flipped, right? So flipping it down turns it on, and moving the volume cluster down turns up the volume. And there's max volume. Does a very good job filling a room. Killing any insects that might be in the air at that given point in time. It's really unnecessarily loud. Like even at a quarter brightness, that's like, I'm sorry, not brightness, a quarter volume, that's like the max volume of like a standard SP. Okay, let's go ahead and get into our button demo here. Classic. All right, and we've got our down up, left to right. I'm not crazy about the diagonal feel. I can get us there, but I feel like you've got to push a little bit too hard for your diagonals. I don't know. It might just be this is brand new buttons, but let's see. And then there's your B and A. Okay, and start. Select. Okay, and right trigger is grab. I don't know how well you can see Link. Hang on just a second. There we go. So there's right trigger for grab and left trigger for map. Okay. There we go. Get the zoom out going there. Whoops, wrong way. Come on, Grandpa. My critique, my thoughts on this is I feel like it makes it a little awkward to get the cartridge out. Because, I don't know about you, but for me, I don't like touching the screen, so it just feels like the screen's right here on the other side where I'd want to kind of naturally brace. I did have to do a little bit of trimming to get the speaker to fit. In general, 3D printed parts, they have like a little bit of a tolerance to them, right? So if you're getting into something like this, be prepared to bust out the file or what have you. And now we're going to run the AGB aging test cartridge just to show the CPU and all that stuff is hunky-dory. It's going to go through all these little tests. Okay, and we see it passed on every measure. And then if I hit start, it's going to go through its little testing cycle. Another thought that I have for you is when you press the brightness button, try to press just the button itself. I found that when you kind of push around so you're pushing the shell as well. It puts a little bit of pressure on the IPS, and you see the liquid crystal kind of move a little bit. I don't think it's going to cause any damage or anything like that, but just something to be aware of. Just try to push the brightness button just by itself without actually putting pressure on the shell. Okay, and then last up, let's just show Game Boy Color working as intended. This thing is, it's pretty comfortable. It's pretty awesome. I don't have any complaints about it really, other than the D-pad, I think, needs to be broken in a little bit. I'm just not a fan of how the diagonals feel. I've spent some time kind of tweaking it and playing with the amount that the board is screwed down. You can change your button feel. You can change your button feel by backing off or tightening those screws. And yeah, there you go. There's your Game Boy Color. You can destroy the aspect ratio if you like. But yeah, overall, it's a good build. I don't know if I would run one for myself. For me personally, I just, I'm like Mr. Big Hands here, so I prefer something like the AGB or, even the macro, I think, for the larger hands. But this is a great build. It works as intended, and it works really nicely. And I hope you enjoy it.